Welcome back, pal. In 200 yards, turn right. Turn right.
I have a brilliant idea!
Another one. What happened to the previous idea?
This one is better. Meet me in town.
In 100 yards, turn left. You have arrived at your destination.
I have two cars here. A first-generation Volkswagen and a seventh-generation Volkswagen Golf. Made in Mexico for almost half a century. Sadly, they stopped building them in 2021. But we can still race them. What do you say? To make it fair, I will give you a chance to make an informed choice. Let's go for a test drive. And I've got lots to tell you about Volkswagen Mexico. Volkswagen Mexico headquarters are in Puebla City. It started production in 1967 with the famous Beetle. As we call it, the Bocho. VW made multiple attempts at replacing the famous Beetle with newer models, but all of them failed way short of achieving the production figures until the Volkswagen Golf came into play. The first generation was released in Mexico as the Volkswagen Caribe and had quite a few variations, including the Golf GTI you're driving right now. VW engineers, inspired by the Beetle GSR, designed and prototyped the Golf in secret as a Skunk Works project. Little did they know that the Golf GTI would become the hot hatch. Shall we jump 40 years in the future and try the 7th generation? The 7th generation of the Golf first appeared in 2012. This version is the Volkswagen Golf R, R meaning race. This was the fastest Golf in the range, with a 0 to 60 time of 5.1 seconds. Volkswagen Mexico produced all 7 generations of the Golf, totaling more than 2 million units over 44 years. In fact, a lot of Golfs you find in the US were built here. All right. Enough driving around. Let's go head to head, after you've had a chance to rest.
Turn around. Turn around when it is safe to do so. Yards. Turn left. Turn left. At the roundabout, take the second exit. arrived at your destination.
Let me guess. Your apprentice, Enzo?
Matteo, actually. But yes, he reminded me of one of the most important cars in history. The first production model to hit 200 miles per hour.
You don't need an excuse to get me into an F40.
If this doesn't make us better racers, nothing will.
Pure speed, pure performance. A nice 40th birthday present for Ferrari. And anyone lucky enough to own one. You know why this thing is shaped like it is, right? It makes so much heat it has diffusers both front and rear.
And I'm still sweating.
I think you did that on purpose so you could take another run in the F40. But I'm okay with it.
Pure speed, pure performance. A nice 40th birthday present for Ferrari. And anyone lucky enough to own one. You know why this thing is shaped like it is, right? It makes so much heat it has diffusers both front and rear.
And I'm still sweating.
I think you did that on purpose so you could take another run in the F40. But I'm okay with it.
I'm a fair man. I'll let you choose. Which Golf do you want to drive for our little race?
I'll take the Golf R.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Turn around when it is safe to do so. You have arrived at your destination.
I hope you know some shortcuts.
See you at the finish line. Don't make me wait for too long. I see what you're doing, but you still can't win.
What a race! The difference 40 years makes!
have a story to tell you, my friend. About the old wolf in the swamp.
Are we going to a zoo?
A swamp? I'll pick you up.
In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left. Calculating route. In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left.
started! It's the best kind of run! It's Drift Run! Round one, phase!
arrived at your destination.
That's the old wolf.
No, that's an old truck. The wolf is waiting for us at the swamp. Haley asked us to clear some debris, and I've got just the car. But we need to get there first.
Of course! Who do you think I am?
The driver who destroyed a record-breaking amount of fences.
That's fair.
In 400 yards, turn right. Turn right. In 200 yards, turn right. Turn right.
See? Got it here in one piece.
And gave me a few heart attacks. And now, let me introduce you to the Ford Lobo. This car is more your style.
Now that's a hecking good wolf.
We call it Lobo here. Marketing in this country is outstanding. Let's get to work. See all that Russian stuff? Clear it out. What? No! It's not just an excuse to throw the Lobo around. It is just an excuse to throw the Lobo around. In the 90s, Ford decided that they needed to rebrand the F-150 for the Mexican market. And the name Lobo just has a real ring to it. They started using the badge in 1997, and the rest is history. The Ford Lobo quickly became one of the most popular vehicles in the country. Lobo is still used for the modern Rangers like the one based on the F-150 Raptor you're driving. But we don't just call it Lobo. No. We call it Lobo Raptor.
So it's the same car?
Now, there are loads of differences, like a dog and a wolf. Lobo only comes in XLT and with higher trim levels. The base version is still sold in Mexico as the F-150, but the Lobo is the elite F-150. Great. Job's done. And the scratches will buff right out. Thanks for the help. Now I just need to get my abuelo's old F100 back to the garage. I've got 1,400 horses and I need you to help with them.
I think I know what this is. I'll be right over.
It is safe to do so. In 400 yards, turn right. Yards, you will arrive at your destination. You have arrived at your destination.
Hey there! So, look at this. 1,400 horses of electric Ford Mustang. Get in! Let's take this down to the beach. Stick it in AWD if you like. There's some nice curves up ahead. This is 2021's EV of the year. And it was up against things like the Taycan and the e-tron and the Recharge. It set 3 Guinness World Records, and it's inspired by the beautiful original Mach 1. And I'm telling you all of this because the Mach E was built right here in Mexico at Cuautitlán Assembly. Hey, I have to give this back! Be careful with it. Whoa! How do you make it go around corners like that? I'm really asking. Calm down. I know you like to go fast, but I had a big breakfast. Cuautitlán Assembly has been building cars since the 60s. And more than 2.2 million cars later, we're sitting in an actual space machine made here in Mexico. Quite a journey from Cougars and Thunderbirds and F-150s to this. This isn't just a prototype. Cuautitlán Assembly does a range of options for the Mach E. A 68 kilowatt-hour standard and an 88 kilowatt-hour extended range version. It will give you over 300 miles of range on a single charge. Hey! This isn't your Mach E! Be careful with it! I have to give it back! The Performance GT version is the really wild one. 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. This one is quite a bit faster. Honestly, when I first tried it, I had to go and sit in a quiet room for a bit. And I've flown airplanes in a storm. It's wild tech. You can switch from all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive at the touch of a button. And when you get into tuning, You can basically tweak every one of the 7 engines individually. It can make 1400 horsepower and a ton of downforce at 160 miles per hour thanks to the Aero 2.
So what you're saying is, not bad for something that weighs more than that F-150 of yours.
Yes. And there we go. Sunrise over the sea. Beautiful. But we're not done. There's one more thing to look at. I'll let you know as soon as I have, found it.
Okay, this one will be epic. I found the Porsche Carrera. You know what that means?
Racing? And what do you mean, found?
In a barn, of course. And of course it's racing. Come meet me at Guanajuato.
Yards, turn right. Turn right. In 200 yards, turn right. Turn right. In 200 yards, turn left. Take the second exit. At the roundabout, take the second exit. You have arrived at your destination.
This beauty got her name from the Carrera Panamericana. The races don't run anymore, but who can blame us if we take it out one more time? Right? Let's see what this car can do. There's Jamin! Guess he wanted one last race.
Let's do this!
The first race had 132 competitors, and everyone turned up. Amateurs to F1 drivers, men, women, professionals, anyone who had a car.
Do you know anyone who participated?
Aleja thinks Papa Fernando did, but she thinks Papa Fernando did everything. I know we used to go to the races with my grandfather. Ah, qué buenos recuerdos. There was no speed limit before 2012, and you'd see cars doing 180 miles per hour. Not that I'd know anything about that. 2,178 miles of the Pan American Highway run through Mexico. The race itself had 9 stages and lasted 5 days. But the sheer distance wasn't the only challenge. Constant changes in the elevation from sea level to 3 kilometers up. The most challenging road race in the world. The winner of the very first Carrera Panamericana was Herschel McGriff, who drove an Oldsmobile 88 at an average speed of 88 miles per hour. The Porsche Carrera got its name thanks to Hans Hermann, who won the small sports cars category in 1954. He drove the Porsche 550 Spider and came 3rd overall. He was sick before the race, and his tires came off at the start. He really pulled through against the odds. Porsche had 6 cars competing in 1954, and all of them made it through the end. A lot of others didn't, let me tell you.
Enjoying yourself, are you? Yeah, I kinda had a feeling you were.
1954 was the last year the original Carrera Panamericana took place. But it gave us the most famous Porsche model, the Carrera you're driving right now. The Carrera RS 2.7 was the first production street racing 911. It was built on the 911S 2.4, the fastest Porsche you could buy at the time, and a popular choice in the later Carrera Panamericana races. The race was revived in 1988 and ran to 2016, staying true to the original races with high-speed road stages. The routes for the race were carefully selected every year by planning committee and local government to ensure they were race-worthy and that they can be closed up for 2 hours. You could almost say they've been preparing for the festival for a very long time. This is Jamin's exit. It's been fun, my friend. Take care.
Looking forward to seeing what you can do out there. Have fun now, yeah?
Great race. Almost like we did a little Panamericana with a friend. Anyways, hope you had fun with this little stroll through cars hechos en Mexico.
It was great. And let me know if you find any other cars like that.
Hey, pal. We've got adventures to plan. You're not in the Hall of Fame yet, kid.
Ah, Horizon Wilds. If you love dirt racing, this is perfect.
Gotcha. I'll prep Ramiro for an expedition to the dirt racing outpost. Don't get lost in there.
Hey, amigo! Ready to head into the jungle? We need to find a dirt outpost and a certain big cat I've been chasing.
Turn left. Turn left. Arrived at your destination.
Hola, my friend. Are you ready to get going?
So, Rami, you said something about a big cat.
A long story. I trekked it all the way into the jungle, but lost my notes. Why don't I explain it on the way? First, let's retrace my steps. We head south, across the highway, and over the hills. Vámonos!
I thought big cats would avoid major highways.
Not this one, my friend. Mira, next, I turned off-road and hit a danger sign on the way into Mulegé. Welcome to Mulegé! My aunt, Tia Rosa, runs a stall in the craft market. She was the one who first told me about the big cat. Now I have your help, I'm sure we'll find it. Next, I went across the bridge and into the jungle. We're getting close.
Wait, hold up, Rami. You owe me a long story.
Perdón, let me explain. I was given coordinates of where this big cat was last sighted, but the plane had mechanical problems on takeoff. I barely got it off the ground.
So you dumped your cargo?
Exacto! I lost everything and I never even saw the cat. But now you're here to help. And it's on the way. Por favor. This is the place! I left my car at the far end of the runway. All my stuff, including my notes, should be in the flight cases. Think you can find them too?
The big cat is a car, right? I'm guessing Jaguar?
Obviously! Sorry, did I not mention? It's a barn find. Drop me off at my car once you've found it. Recorder. It's designed to survive any crash. Maybe not getting run over by a car, but...
I don't see you getting out to grab it. amateur. What were you wearing to fly the plane?
My spare flight suit. What did you think? You can keep it if you like. You found my notes! Tia Rosa said the Jaguar was abandoned by its owner 20 years ago. I've marked out the rough location on your map. There's my car. Drop me around here when you're ready to leave. Alex wants the biggest dirt racing program Horizon has ever seen. And can't get lost if we follow the river. What's your head? How would you like to visit some old friends along the way?
Absolutely.
Welcome to Xmal, once the most powerful city in the region. But I'm afraid we missed my friends by about 1,000 years. Legend has it, La Pirámide del Adivino was built in a single night. It takes us 2 days just to set up a festival stage. El Palacio del Gobernador. They say it's built to align with the stars during the wet season. We'll have to come back and check. We'll take this road. Getting close now. I promised you dirt roads, didn't I? Ale and I used to race buggies around here when we were teenagers. I always won.
I hope you've grown out of your rivalry.
Rivalry? My friend, in Mexico we call that family. Let's go back across the river. This is Agua Azul. We're so close now. Keep going. We're deep in the heart of the jungle now, my friend. It's just us and the wildlife of La Selva. These roads are treacherous, only reached by the most capable cars.
All those that parachute down from cargo planes.
Yeah, those two.
Oh no! Have we stalled?
They'll be back, my friend. Big dirt racing fans.
Are those howler monkeys? We didn't have them back in the UK.
Your jungles must be very boring. And here we are. The waterfalls are right around the corner. Cascadas de Agua Azul. What do you think? Is the Mexican jungle good enough for Alex and the best dirt racers in the world?
It's perfect. I just hope the dirt racers are good enough for the Mexican jungle.
know what you were thinking all the way through that jungle. This place would be perfect for dirt racing. Funny! I had the same thought. Check it out. Horizon Wilds. A little festival of my own where we celebrate all things dirt racing. Oh, this is going to be good. I've started you off simple with a few events, and the drivers and fans have challenges to match. So, off you go and get dirty!
Turn around when it is safe to do so. Turn around when it is safe to do so. Yards. Turn left. Turn left. In 400 yards, you will arrive at your destination.
Hey, pal. This is the Eliminator, an epic event that puts you versus everyone to see who is crowned the winner. They're taking sign-ups if you're interested.
Hola!